It's tough for me because like, I can't really speak on things that I never witnessed.
Put his hand up on his shoulder and kind of run it down his arm and things like that. And this would happen routinely, was just always uncomfortable.
Like, you know, when they around their friends, they don't want, you know, old fuddy-duddies around them, you know, so.
The All That actor Kenan Thompson recently shared his thoughts on the controversial docuseries about Nickelodeon. He finally opens up about Quiet on Set and his time with Dan Schneider at Nickelodeon, saying they need to look into it more. So what did Kenan reveal amidst the Nickelodeon controversy, and what tea did a former child star spill this time? Let's find out. Kenan Thompson is finally opening up about his experiences working with Dan Schneider at Nickelodeon, following the release of Quiet on Set, the dark side of kids TV. The Saturday Night Live star, who was part of Schneider's productions like All That and Kenan and Kel in the 1990s, shared his thoughts on the investigation Discovery documentary series during an appearance on Wednesday's Tamron Hall show. "It's a difficult topic," Thompson expressed. "It's tough for me because I can only speak about what I personally witnessed, you know? And most of these things occurred there after I had already left." Thompson further distanced himself from Schneider, saying Dan wasn't really involved in Kenan and Kel like that. "I mean, he got a created by credit, but it was a different showrunner, so our paths didn't really cross much outside of All That. And then all the negativity started happening after our time there, you know? So I wasn't really aware of a lot of it." According to IMDb, Schneider has writing credits on 11 Kenan and Kel episodes and is credited as a co-executive producer on every episode of the show's first 2 seasons. He also wrote and produced many episodes of All That Thompson appeared in, and has screenwriter and co-producer credit on Good Burger, the movie spin-off of the popular recurring All That segment. In response to Quiet on Set, Schneider pointed to his support of Thompson and the Kenan and Kel co-star Kel Mitchell as evidence against claims of racism made by other All That cast members in the documentary. "Diversity has always been a priority in my shows," he stated. "If you look back at the first Nickelodeon show I created, it's clear as it is in the second one, and even in the first movie I made for Nickelodeon starring Kenan and Kel. Every show I worked on after that had featured a lead black actor. I'm really proud of that. It's something I value deeply, and I'm not only proud that they were part of my shows, but I'm also proud of the success they've achieved beyond them. They've gone in to do amazing things, and that fills me with pride." Thompson, who was 15 when All That first aired, also expressed empathy for his former Nickelodeon colleagues who spoke out about the toxic work environment and Quiet on Set. "My heart goes out to anyone who's been hurt or their families," he stated. "It's important that the documentary is out there shedding light on these stories for accountability's sake, but it's really hard to watch because I have such good memories of the time and my co-stars. So hearing that they went through such awful things is really tough." Later in the interview, Thompson reiterated his support for the documentary. "They need to look into it more," he emphasized. "It's supposed to be a safe space for kids. To hear about all of that is just like, how could you?" Nickelodeon provided the following statement to EW regarding the documentary. "As a policy, Nickelodeon thoroughly investigates all formal complaints as part of our dedication to creating a safe and professional workplace free from harassment or any inappropriate behavior. Our top priorities are the welfare and best interests of not only our employees, cast, and crew, but also all children. Over the years, we've implemented various measures to ensure that we maintain our high standards and meet the expectations of our audience." Thompson previously acknowledged Schneider's role in reconciling him and Mitchell after they had a falling out. In his memoir, When I Was Your Age, Life Lessons, Funny Stories, and Questionable Parenting Advice from a Professional Clown, Thompson shared Dan Schneider was the one who finally brought us back together. He recounted how Schneider reached out asking if there were any issues between them and proposing to work together again. Thompson expressed that he had no problem with it. Years later, in 2015, Schneider contacted Thompson about the Good Burger reunion. He mentioned that Mitchell had changed and was making efforts to mend relationships. Thompson agreed to reconnect with Mitchell. They patched things up and reunited for the last year's Good Burger 2, which also featured the other All That cast members. Leading up to the sequel's release, they appeared together at events like the Emmys, 90s Con alongside former co-stars Lori Beth, Denberger, and Danny Tamborelli, and even in a hilarious Kenan and Kel reboot sketch on SNL. Nickelodeon, once a dominant force in children's TV, is currently facing troubling issues. Recent news surrounding Sam Puckett, a beloved character from the network, has sparked concern. Former child star Drake Bell is bravely coming forward with his own experience of mistreatment when he was just 15 years old. His story has come to light in a new series, Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, which premiered on March 17th and 18th. Produced by Maxine Productions and Sony Pictures Television with support from Business Insider, the series delves into the negative aspects of children's television, particularly focusing on shows created by Dan Schneider during the late 90s and early 2000s. Directed by Mary Robertson and Emma Schwartz, the series features interviews with former child actors and crew members, uncovering unsettling truths inspired by Business Insider's investigation and Jeanette McCurdy's memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died. This project has gained significant momentum. McCurdy, renowned for her role in iCarly and Sam and Cat, has transitioned to writing and directing, earning acclaim within the industry. In her memoir, she expressed emotionally harmful and controlling behavior behaviors prevalent in the entertainment industry, such as being pressured to drink while underage, encountering aggressive behavior during scenes, and facing inappropriate demands during wardrobe fittings. These revelations bring to light the darker aspects of her early career in entertainment. Furthermore, McCurdy discusses Nickelodeon's unequal treatment, particularly in comparison to her Sam and Cat co-star Ariana Grande. While McCurdy faced restrictions from the network regarding other opportunities, Grande was not subject to such limitations, significantly impacting McCurdy's aspirations and well-being. McCurdy also reveals the influence of her mother, Deborah, on her acting career, highlighting instances of manipulative behavior when McCurdy faced audition rejections. This familial pressure adds layers to McCurdy's journey in the entertainment industry, which began with auditions at just 6 years old. Delving deeper, McCurdy addresses broader issues at Nickelodeon and the demanding environment fostered by Dan Schneider. Her candid narratives contribute to the ongoing discourse about systematic problems in Hollywood, particularly concerning young actors. Alongside sharing her personal experiences, McCurdy advocates for increased awareness and reform within the industry through her memoir and public engagements. Dan Schneider, once celebrated as part of Nickelodeon's golden age, is now under scrutiny for allegations of mistreatment, misogyny, racism, and inappropriate relationships with younger cast and crew members. These serious accusations have spurred a comprehensive investigation named Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV. This 4-part series aims to reveal the less glamorous aspects of children's TV productions, with a focus on Schneider's tenure at Nickelodeon. The series will delve into Schneider's controversial methods and, in addition to Drake Bell's testimony, shines a light on Brian Peck's behavior, suggesting that misconduct was not isolated to Nickelodeon. Despite the enduring affection many hold for beloved shows like The Amanda Show, Zoe 101, and Victorious, recent revelations about a troubling culture behind the scenes have prompted a thorough reassessment of the content produced under Schneider's supervision. Business Insider's 2022 investigation uncovered first-hand testimonies from individuals closely associated with Schneider, revealing an environment that often crossed into discomfort and impropriety. Allegations include gender discrimination, the inappropriate objectification of young talent, and an overall atmosphere that many found hostile and demeaning. Even though Schneider stopped working with Nickelodeon in 2018, people still worry about his behavior and how it affected young actors. Nickelodeon bosses say that they watched everything closely and stand by Schneider's work, but some people still wonder about the atmosphere he created behind the scenes. Daniela Monet, known for her role in Victorious, has raised concerns about certain costumes and overly intimate content on the show, sparking a broader controversy about how young actors are depicted and treated in the entertainment industry. Her comments shed light on a larger issue regarding the handling of minors in showbiz. In response to these concerns in the new documentary, the representative for Dan Schneider has defended him, portraying him as a supportive figure who understood the challenges faced by child actors. The statement acknowledges the pressure of growing up in the spotlight and the demands of their profession, suggesting Schneider was a strong advocate for those he mentored. Dan cared deeply about the well-being of the young actors on his shows, even in instances where their own families may have fallen short. He had a profound understanding of the challenges they faced and stood as their staunchest advocate. It's important to recognize that many of these young performers were placed in a difficult position of being the primary financial support for their families. But what are your thoughts on this whole dark side of Nickelodeon exposed chaos? Do you believe the allegations being thrown at Dan Schneider? And what doors do you think will open from this? Share your comments below, and that's going to be all for today, folks. So if you want to keep yourself updated on the latest binge-worthy celebrity gossip, click that subscribe button and notification bell for more videos like this.